Hi, hello, good morning, everyone. How are y'all? Very happy to meet the young aspirants preparing for NEET. And welcome to Tapasya Institute. I am Vandana here as a biology faculty in the institute. Hope everyone are preparing for your board exams, and one of them is today. Yeah, and I am before going to the topic, I am very glad to compliment you guys for preparing for NEET, National Entrance Cum Eligibility Test, one of the toughest exams in India. And all the best for your board exams and your entrance exams too. Before directly jumping towards the subject, let me speak a few things which would really matter during cracking your entrance exams. Coming to the paper NEET, as you all know, you have three subjects that you have to attend, including physics, chemistry, and biology, among which physics and chemistry contribute to 45 marks each, and bio, which contributes 50% of the exam, that is for 90 marks. And you all are aware that it is +4 for answering and -1 negative marking for wrong attempt. So make sure that you only attempt the questions which you are thorough of. In case of any doubts, keep it to the last. And the most important thing is that which you have to be conscious is while attempting the questions, especially in biology, as this is theory based questions, there's no working out as in chemistry and physics, or you don't have to write any formula. It's all about remembering. The very important thing you need is first you read the question properly, analyze the question, and then you attempt to answer, because it happens certain times that you do not read the question properly. For example, there's a question, mark the wrong statement in the given options. You don't read the word wrong and you keep searching for the answer that you don't get. So avoid such mistakes. This is what I want to tell, and I think I must not tell an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think this proverb must not be told now. Okay? All the best for your exams. So let's begin the session. Once again, welcome to Tapasya Institute live NEET crash course for biology. Now let's start the session. First question is, among the following, which can be a common feature exhibited by both living and non-living? And the options are given as growth, reproduction, metabolism, and cellular organization. Understand the question. Which is the common feature exhibited by both living and non-living? So the feature which even living beings have and even non-living beings have. Which is that? Among the four options, the correct answer is option A, growth. So here the answer comes to growth, as growth is exhibited in both living and non-living organisms. Why? In living organisms, it is internal growth, that is, it is due to cell division, and in non-living organisms, it is external growth, because the deposits or the factors that leads to the deposit of the non-living lead to the growth of non-living, such as in case of a mountain, the snow can be deposited. In case of desert, the sand can be deposited, that also leads to growth. Therefore, in living and non-living, we observe growth. So the answer is growth. Coming to the Second question, how many in number of the following properties are the defining characteristics of living organisms? Growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization, and consciousness. Consider all these factors and you have to mark how many of them are predominantly present in the living organisms. The options are given as follows. A, it's 2, B, it's 3, C, it's 4, and D, it's 5. What do you think the answer is? The correct answer is option B, 3. One second. Coming to the third question, self-consciousness, the awareness of himself is the property of which of these four options? All living organisms, prokaryotes only, eukaryotes only, human beings only. Yes, the answer is option D, human beings only. Why? Because only human beings can be aware of what is happening to us. So option D is the right answer. Coming to the fourth question, twin characteristics of growth are what? Option A, increase in length, increase in width, increase in mass and number, both A and B. Which is the answer? So, the answer is option C, increase in mass and number. Growth, which is the intrinsic property of all living organism, is characterized by both increase in mass as well as number. So, answer is option C. Coming to the fifth question, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. That is, growth occurs at a different hand and reproduction occurs on a different hand in which of the following? Option A, lower plants. Option B, lower animals. Option C, higher animals. Option D, unicellular organisms. And what do you think the answer is? All must be aware of this. At least this. Yes, the answer is C, higher animals and plants, because growth is intrinsic in unicellular organisms, but it is exclusive events in higher animals and plants. Next question. Non-living objects also grow if we take increase in body mass as a criterion for growth. In mountain, boulders and sand mounds, growth is from option A, outside, option B, inside, option C, both A and B, option D, none of the above. You must be knowing the answer for this, as I have told earlier in one of the question. How is growth related in both living and non-living? So the answer is A, it's outside. Coming to the next question, the most important feature of all living system is to utilize oxygen to generate energy, replicate the genetic information, produce gametes, utilize solar energy for metabolic activities. What must be the answer here? The answer is option B, replicate the genetic information, because it is the fundamental property of living organism to reproduce and pass the genetic information from parents to offsprings. So the answer here is B. Coming to the next question, the most important feature of all living system is to option A, B, C, D. All of these are present, and what do you think the answer is? Yes, the answer is C. The answer is B. Replicate the genetic information. Why are the other options wrong? Because utilize oxygen to generate energy. This is not the prime cause for any living organism. Then produce gametes. No, it is not possible by unicellular organisms, because they reproduce by asexual modes of reproduction. Next, option D, utilize solar energy for metabolic activities. No, the answer is replicate the genetic information. That is the important feature of all living organisms. Coming to the next question, the sum total of chemical reactions occurring in our body is called. We all are aware that there are reactions that is occurring in all living organisms, and what is it called? Option A, metabolism; B, homeostasis; C, irritability; D, catabolism. And the answer is option A, metabolism. Why are the other answers wrong? Metabolism is the sum total of the reactions that are taking place in any living organism, while homeostasis is maintaining the proper temperature in the body. Irritability, no, it is the causing of irritation. Catabolism is only one part of metabolism, that is breakdown of larger biomolecules to smaller biomolecules. But where is anabolism? So metabolism includes both catabolism and anabolism, so that is the answer. Coming to the next question, growth, development and functioning of living body is due to what? Order, homeostasis, metabolism or adaptation. Again here the answer is metabolism. What happens in human beings? Yes, we have metabolism. There are certain chemical reactions taking place in our body leading to growth, development and functioning. Is it? When there is chemical messengers working in our body that gives signaling to the different cells that you have to grow, reproduce, that is when we are called living organism. There is functioning of living body. It is not order, it is not homeostasis or adaptation, because order is one of the taxa. Homeostasis is again maintaining the right temperature to the body. Adaptation is the organism adapts to certain environmental conditions. Coming to the next question, which is the most important criteria but generally not used for the identification of the species? Interbreeding, morphology, genetic material, anatomy, and the answer is morphology. Why? We usually don't use morphology in the modern nomenclature, and while we consider interbreeding for species, we consider genetic material as a living property and definitely anatomy as one of the major cause, and we are not considering the morphology, so the answer is B. Coming to the 11th question, match the column 1 and 2 and choose the correct combination from the options given. Here in column 1, they have given the unicellular organisms, and in column 2, they have given the mode of reproduction. So asexual modes, different modes. You have to select the right answer. Fungi, amoeba, hydra, and yeast and planaria. Here asexual spores, binary fission, true regeneration and budding. Here you can see you have to think for some while. If you don't know any one of them, you can match the other. Okay. So here you can see the option B is the correct answer, that is fungi reproduces through asexual spores, amoeba reproduces through binary fission, hydra and yeast through budding, and planaria through true regeneration. That is the answer, and that is the hierarchy that it follows. So the correct answer is option B. Coming to the next question, which of the following organisms are multiplied by fragmentation? Here options are given as fungi, algae and protomia mosses. So what is the answer here? It is option D, both A and C. Fungi and protomia of mosses replicate through fragmentation, while algae is by binary fission. So correct answer is option D, both A and C. Coming to the next question, what does the abbreviation ICBN stands for? You all must be aware while studying the subject chapter, the living world, what does this stand for? It is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, and not none of these. So the correct answer is option A, because you cannot take it as binomial nomenclature. It is regarding to plant, so it is botanical, and it is not international. It is it is not naming, so it is option A, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Coming to the next question, in Magnifera indica, indica indicates what? All must be aware of this binomial nomenclature and scientific naming. There are two given names. What does this indicate? This is the genus name and this is the species name. Is it? So which must be the correct option here? Name indica indicates the name of the species. So answer is option B. Name of the genus is Magnifera, not indica. Coming to the next question, ICZN. What does this abbreviation stand for? International Code for Zoological Nomenclature is the answer, option A. It is not option B, C or D. Why? Because the N in the abbreviation cannot stand for naming. Okay? Then it is not coding. In option C, it is given coding, which is wrong. In option D, it is interbreeding, which is also wrong. So it is option A. Coming to the next question, the science of giving names to living organisms is called. What is the name that we call for naming or all living organisms? It is option A, nomenclature. Why not it is identification or classification or characterization? Because it is not related to giving names. Identifying is you're identifying which character it is. Next, you're classifying to different taxa. It is not related to naming. Next, characterizing to categorize under which taxa you are giving the characterization. So the correct answer is option A, nomenclature. Coming to the next question. Okay, there's a comment in the comment section. New ma'am. Yes, I'm a new ma'am in the institute. So can I have some comments? How is the class going on? I am Vandana. I am biology faculty in Tapasya Institute. Yeah, I am joined now recently. So now it's we are in the 17th question. In binomial nomenclature, the name of an organism consists of. As we all know over and over again that in binomial nomenclature we have two names given, one for genus and one for species. So let's look for the option. Scientific and common name, name of genus and species, name given by two scientists. One name is Latin, other is common. No, the answer is option B. As we all know, one name is for genus and one name is for species. Coming to the next question. In relation to the biological or scientific names, which is wrong? Here you have to be careful. In regarding to scientific names, you have to get which answer is wrong. Scientific names are generally in Latin and printed in italics. Scientific names ensure that one organism has only one name. Scientific names are used all over the world. One scientific name can be used for two related species. As you can see the question, you have to identify the wrong statement given here. And the first three are definitely correct. Yes, they're given in Latin and printed in italics. They ensure that one organism has only one name throughout the universe, and they ensure that it is used all over the world. So the wrong statement is one scientific name can be used for two related species. No, it's the answer is option D. Coming to the question 19, biological names when handwritten should be necessarily be what? When you write it in hand, how must you write any scientific name? So option A underlined, B bold, C in capital letter and D in italics. Answer is option A. When taught the chapter Living World and Nomenclature, usually it is specified that when you write handwritten scientific name must be underlined. Coming to the next question, the word systematics is derived from Greek, Italic, Latin or English. Yes, we all know it is from Latin, not from Greek, English or Italic. 21st question is here. An important criterion for modern day classification is resemblance in morphology, anatomical and physiological traits, breeding habits, presence or absence of notochord. Yes, the answer is option B, anatomical and physiological traits. As we all know that earlier people were considering different other characters to classify the organisms, but later in modern classification it is considered that anatomical and physiological traits are important, and breeding habits is only for species, but overall together we need anatomy and physiology. You cannot classify organisms only based on morphology, and notochord is also one of the characters to classify the organism for specific taxa and for not overall classification. Coming to the 22nd question, phonetic classification is based on, as you must be aware that what is genotype and phenotype. Yes, genotype is based on the genetic information and phenotype is based on the physical information. So let's look to the answer. Sexual characteristics, the ancestors lineage of existing organisms, observable characteristics of existing organisms, dendrograms based on DNA characteristics, and the answer is C, observable characteristics, as phenotype is physical appearance. Not sexual characters, not ancestral lineage that links to the DNA. Again, with D, which is also connected to DNA. No, none of these are to the physical appearance. Coming to 23rd question, Huxley is the father of what? You must be knowing the name while reading the chapter. So this is the importance. He is the father of new systematics. Yes. Going to the next question. Given below is the botanical name of mango. Mark the option which is the name correctly written. In these 4 options, you have to know, well, printed scientific name is written, which one of them is the correct answer here. And the option is correct answer is option D, because the scientific name, the genus has capital letter and the species name has the small letter and it is italicized. So option D is the correct answer. Why not A, B, C? A, the species name has capital letter, it's wrong. And here it's not italicized, so it's wrong. Here again the species name has capital letter, it's wrong. Coming to the next question, who was the first to describe that species is unit of classification? Okay, here are 4 options and the option is answer A, John Ray. Coming to the next question, human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kinds of organisms and their diversities, but also the relationship among them. This branch of study is referred to as what? Classification, systematics, taxonomy, all of the above. As we all know, after taxonomy there is systematics which studies the relationship also. So the systematics is the correct answer, not classification. But in because in classification you are classifying organisms, you are not studying any relationship, not taxonomy. Taxonomy is completely different thing. You name them, you identify and you classify them. So the correct answer is systematics. Next, coming to the 27th question, which of the following are the basic process of taxonomy? Characterizing and classification, identification, nomenclature, both A and B, none. As we all know, taxonomy has 4 main characteristics: identifying, characterizing, naming them and classifying them. So the answer is C, both A and B. Coming to 28th question, nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know to what organism the name is attached to. This is known as what? You are naming any scientific organisms, that too appropriately. So what is it called? Taxonomy, classification, identification, binomial system. The answer is D, binomial system, because taxonomy is, again, as we all know, it is identifying and characterizing, then you name and classify. Classification is only your categorizing living organisms. Identification is one of the process of taxonomy. So binomial system is the naming, appropriate naming of an organism. Coming to the 29th question, there is a need to standardize the naming of living organisms such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. This process is called what? Option B, nomenclature. You are naming any organism, it is nomenclature. Why not the other options? Systematics, it deals with the evolutionary and genetic relationship between the organisms, and taxonomy and cytotaxonomy is the complete process of the nomenclature. Coming to the next question, in a scientific name, the name of the author is printed in. You have to know that after you give a name to the any living organism, it is followed by the scientist's name who identify and they're naming the organism. So how is it written? In capital letters, bold, italics, abbreviated form? Yes, and the answer is option D, abbreviated form. Coming to the 31st question, which ensures that each organism has only one name all over the world? Scientific name, local name, trivial name, all of this. Yes, and the answer is option A, scientific name, because we know there is binomial nomenclature and it ensures that all living organisms all throughout the world has only one name which is recognized universally. Next question, which naming system is practiced by biologists all over the world? Binomial system, trivial, artificial, all of the above. We are again aware that it is binomial system and not trivial or artificial. We have only two names for one living organisms, genus name and species name. That is the scientific name. The word systematics refers to diversity of kinds of organisms and relationship among them, identification and classification of system, identification and nomenclature of organisms, nomenclature and classification of organisms. So what must be the answer? Systematics refers to option A, diversity of kinds of organism and a relationship among them, because all these three are the characteristics of taxonomy and it is not that systematics. Carl Linnaeus is famous for coining the term systematics, introducing binomial nomenclature, giving all natural system of classification, all of this. What must be the answer? You must be knowing by names while reading the chapter. Yes, the answer is option B, introducing binomial nomenclature. He was the one who proposed that binomial nomenclature would be appropriate for naming all living organisms. Coming to the next question, taxonomic hierarchy is given. Select the correct match. You have to check in all these options, you have to check which has the correct matched order. Okay. So here option B, order primata and diptera is the correct answer, because all other options has here there are answers which does not belong to these taxas. Coming to the next question, which of the following taxa has at least number of similar characters? Order, family, division, class. Least. You have to think while answering these questions. When you have the class, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species, from the highest ranking to lowest ranking, the similarity is more at the lowest ranking. It decreases as you go to the highest ranking. So here you have to see which is the highest ranking available among order, family, division and class. It is class that is having the it is division that is having the least similarity, as class, order and family rely between the division. In which of the following taxa other three are included itself? Here they are asking which one of the option has the other three taxas below that. That is, which is the highest ranking among these? That is the question. Phylum, order, class, family, and yes, the answer is option A, phylum, because below phylum there is class, order and family. Coming to the next question, unit of classification is taxon, rank, category, all of these. As we can call by all these names, the answer is option D, all of the above. Coming to the next question, which is essential and is the prime source of taxonomic studies of plants and animals? They are not asking you among this which, they are asking you which is the prime, that is which is the first step for the taxonomic studies of all living organisms, identification, nomenclature, classification or collection of actual species. The answer is D, collection of actual species, because once the specimens are available, only then you can identify nomenclature and you can classify them. Coming to the 40th one, the birds taxonomically represent what? Family, order, class or phylum. You must be knowing the answer. Yes, it is the option C, class. Class is where birds belong to. Birds is the class. Next, coming to first question, which of the following taxa are not used by botanists? So the answer is phylum and subspecies, because botanists don't use this and they use rest other: kingdom, order, phylum, family, suborder and variety. Coming to the next question, mark the odd one out. Here you have to mark the odd one: family, class, taxon and phylum. The answer is option C. Why is it? Because phylum, class and family are different taxas, but taxon is not. So answer is taxon. Which of the following is included in the 7 basic categories of the hierarchy? Tribe, variety, family, series. Yes, definitely you must be knowing the answer. Option is C, because neither of these three belong to the different taxas. Coming to the next question, fishes, amphibians, reptiles and birds and mammals constitute in the same category called. All these mammals, fishes, amphibians, everything belong to which of the taxa? Division, phylum, order, class. The answer is B, phylum. All these belong to phylum, not division or order or class. Each different next question, each different kind of plant, animal or organism that you see represent what? Species, genus, population, family. They are different species and the option is A. They are not genus, they are not population or family. First, they are categorized among the lowest, that is species. Coming to the next question, two individuals belongs to the same species if are reproductively isolated, are morphologically similar, are interbreeding and produces infertile offsprings, are interbreeding and produces fertile offsprings. And we all know the criteria to consider any living organisms as species. They must be interbreeding among themselves to produce fertile offspring. So the answer is D. Here it is infertile offsprings are produced. No, the option is wrong. Morphologically similar, no, you cannot consider species based on morphology. And here reproductively isolated, no, this is not the answer. Next, the smallest unit of classification is, that is, which is the lowest ranked classification while classifying organisms? Family, order, genus, species. You all must be aware of this. Answer is the species. Reproduction can occur within the members of a species, genus, order, family. What must be the answer? Reproduction. When you have to think the theory, sometimes the word reproduction is related to which taxa, species. Only when there is reproduction occurring, interbreeding occurring between the living organisms to produce fertile offsprings, you can consider them as species. So the answer is species. Linnaeus put similar species into larger groups called what? Species, family, kingdom or genus. He put it into option D, genus. After species you get the taxa genus. So it is not kingdom or family or species, because species is the lowest ranking. Kingdom and family, it's above. Next, genus Solanum includes potato, brinjal, datura, tulip. You have 4 different plants and the options are given. Option A and C, A and B, A and D, all of this. And the correct answer is option B. Option A and B, that is potato and brinjal, both belong to Solanum. Next, coming to the 51st question, in a taxonomic hierarchy, genus is interpolated between, that is, genus is placed between 2 other which taxas? Kingdom and class? No. Phylum and order? No. From the lowest, if you start species, genus, family. So the answer is family and species, because order comes after family. The taxonomic category below the level of family, which is the lowest ranking after family? Class, order, family. Answer is genus, option D. It is neither class, order nor family, because after family there is genus. Coming to the next question, the species man, housefly, mango, weed, dog, cat, lion, tiger, potato, brinjal, macaw and leopard given here belong to how many different families? Here you have to categorize them under different families, and once you get that, the answer is option B. There are 7 different families here. Next question, family and order of Triticum aestivium wheat are. You have to find out the family and of order of wheat. Okay. You have different options. Poaceae monocotyledon, Poaceae poles, Poaceae monocotyledone. None of these is correct. The answer is option B. Okay, wheat has the family and order Poaceae and poles. Next, coming to 55, the closest category of family. That is, which of the given options is close to the taxa family? Phylum, class, division, order. So answer is option D. The families Convolvulaceae and Solanaceae are included in the order Polynomials mainly on the basis of what? Usually plants are categorized based on their morphological characters. So the answer is B, morphological characters. Coming to the option 57, family of man, Homo sapiens is. You must be knowing this, yeah, because you are a human. No, because you are a biology student. Hominidae, hominini, primata, sebodi. Which is the answer? Hope you know the answer. Yes, the answer is option A. Coming to the next question, the word ending with AC indicates, that is, which taxa has this as the suffix? Genera, family, order, class. You must be knowing this answer. Yes, the answer is B, family. Next, coming to this 60th question, order polynomials include Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae, both A and B, none of this, and the answer is option C. So here I stop the session and I'll continue in the next class. Hope you all have gone through, brush up through the chapter of your first PU, and it might help you during your NEET. Keep awaiting for the next session and have a great day and blast your week because it's a fresh start. Okay, be awaiting to learn with joy with Namma Tapasya. Endigu endendigu Namma Tapasya. Signing off. Bye. Thank you. And the comment section is open for any doubts or any clarifications, or if you need any add-ons or any deletions. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Interesting.